Welcome to Manchester United News Update. Subscribe for more Manchester United news, match previews, and transfer updates. Man United transfer news. Ruben Amorim readies third signing as £29 million star set for medical. Manchester United are braced for a hectic end to the January transfer window around two crucial matches. This evening's Europa League clash at FCSB and Sunday's Premier League meeting with Crystal Palace. Patrick Dorgu is set to follow Diego Leon through the arrivals suite this month, but Ruben Amorim's recruitment might not end there. With just 5 days of the winter window remaining, clubs are jostling for position to reinforce their squads for the second half of the season. And United look primed to be near the center of the activity, with potential ins and outs hanging in the balance at Old Trafford. Patrick Dorgu medical set. Dorgu is expected to undergo his medical in Manchester today before signing his contract as a United player, according to Gianluca Di Marzio. The Red Devils agreed an initial £25 million deal with Lecce earlier this week, with a potential £4 million in add-ons, though most are considered difficult to achieve. Amorim looks set to name the 20-year-old left wing-back as the first senior signing of his rebuild and the second addition after Paraguayan teenager Diego Leon. And a third could join his ranks before the clock strikes 11 p.m. on Monday if the dominoes line up as United hope. Man United enter Matthijs Tel race. The Old Trafford Giants have reportedly entered the race to sign Bayern Munich forward Matthijs Tel after his decision to leave this month. According to Bild, United join Arsenal and Tottenham as Premier League clubs in the running. He is said to have already rejected Chelsea due to concerns over playing time. Fabrizio Romano claims several clubs are in the frame to recruit the talented 19-year-old, who would likely arrive as a striker. But Sky Germany add that United would need to offload Rashford or Garnacho before they can sanction a swoop for Tel as a replacement. Alejandro Garnacho and Marcus Rashford. Latest, the setting has descended into silence when it comes to Garnacho's potential move to Chelsea. According to Mail Sport, a deal to take the 20-year-old winger to Stamford Bridge could go down to the wire, with Chelsea biding their time. Repubblica claim that Napoli want to finalize a deal for Garnacho in the next 48 hours, but it currently remains likely that the Argentine will stay put. Meanwhile, Gimsport report that Saudi Pro League club Al Ahly have made a new approach for Rashford as Barcelona struggle to fund a move. The 27-year-old is said to have already turned down a Saudi switch this month. However, his options appear thin, and he has limited time left to escape his M16 exile. Ruben Amorim offers Marcus Rashford route back to Manchester United first team. But there's a catch. Marcus Rashford is absent from the Man United squad that traveled to Romania to face FCSB in the Europa League, but he has been offered the hint of an olive branch by Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim has told Marcus Rashford that Manchester United are a better team with the 27-year-old in the side, but he will only recall the absent forward when he makes the changes he is demanding. With time running out for Rashford to secure a move away from the club this month and a loan switch to Barcelona looking difficult to pull off, the academy graduate could find himself still at United come the end of the January transfer window despite publicly expressing a desire to leave. Amorim has again left Rashford out of the squad that traveled to Romania on Wednesday to face FCSB in their final fixture of the league phase of the Europa League, with a spot in the top 8 and automatic qualification to the last 16 on the line. Rashford hasn't played for United since December 12th and has been left out of 11 of the last 12 squads. On Sunday, Amorim said he would rather put 63-year-old goalkeeping coach Jorge Vidal on the bench than a player not giving their maximum. At Romania's national arena in Bucharest, he said that was a point aimed at all of his players and offered the hint of an olive branch to Rashford by praising his talents as a footballer. Again, guys, the situation is the same for every player. The last time I talked about that in the last game, my sentence was that I will not put any player who doesn't give the maximum. I didn't say I will not put Marcus Rashford. It's the same situation, he said. When I feel it's the right moment, I will put any player to play. I will say it again, we are a better team with Marcus Rashford, and that's clear. He's a big talent, but until the right moment, I won't change my mind. That's all. Amorim explained that Rashford's absence was due to training performances, and he again said his efforts at Carrington were not good enough, but that it wasn't a disciplinary matter. He did demand that the forward change his approach, however, and said that if he does, There is still a role for him at Old Trafford and a chance to add to his 426 appearances for his boyhood club, but he has to show that he wants it badly enough. Oh, you can look at our team and imagine the profile of the players. Now imagine a talent like Rashford? Our team should be so much better with Rashford, he said. But he has to change. If he changes, we are more than welcome to put in a talent like Rashford. And we need it. In this moment, it is really clear that we have to set some standards, that's all. We are waiting for Marcus if he wants it really, really bad. You try to make it something personal, but it's not personal. I have nothing against Marcus. I just have to make the same rules for everybody. For me, it's so simple. It's always the same answer. Midfield decision made as Leny Yoro returns. Manchester United predicted lineup versus FCSB. Man United will be hoping to tie up a place in the last 16 of the Europa League when they face Romanian outfit FCSB at the National Arena on Thursday night. Manchester United will be hoping to secure their place in the last 16 of the Europa League when they face FCSB in their final league phase outing at the National Arena tonight. United put themselves on the brink of qualifying for the knockout stages with a dramatic 2-1 win over Rangers at Old Trafford last week. Bruno Fernandes netted a 92nd minute winner to secure a fourth Europa League win in a row. The Reds built on that slender victory over the Gers on Sunday evening with a 1-0 win over Fulham at Craven Cottage, meaning head coach Ruben Amorim will be looking to oversee a third successive victory for the first time as United boss. The Portuguese chief named a 21-man squad on Wednesday for the clash in Bucharest, featuring no real surprises. Despite training at Carrington earlier in the day, Luke Shaw has not been considered ready to return from injury and Marcus Rashford has been left out once again. Amorim made a change in goal in the Europa League for the first time this season against Rangers, awarding a start to Altay Bayındır. Given the short turnaround between the clash with FCSB and Sunday's Old Trafford clash with Crystal Palace, the Turkey international could start once again at the expense of Andre Onana. Matthijs de Ligt has failed to complete both of United's last two matches, twice being substituted before the hour mark, suggesting he may benefit from a breather. Leny Yoro could replace him and start for the second Europa League game running. Yoro could join forces with Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez in the back three. Maguire was defensively solid against Fulham and Martinez scored the winner to cap off a strong individual display. With qualification for the last 16 not yet guaranteed, Amorim cannot afford to take risks and rotate too much, meaning he should name as strong an 11 as possible. Kobbie Mainoo has not started either of the last two games and could be reunited with Manuel Ugarte in the center of midfield. Out wide, Amad could revert back to the right wing-back role and Diogo Dalot could start on the opposite flank. Tyrell Malaysia will be rivaling the Portuguese for the same starting berth. In the event of Amad starting at right wing-back, Alejandro Garnacho could start as one of the two number 10s alongside Bruno Fernandes, who started in a deeper role against Fulham. Neither Rasmus Højlund nor Joshua Zirkzee are currently an attractive option up front, but the latter's recent performances might buy him a start. How to watch FCSB versus Man United in Europa League. TV channel, live stream, permutations. Manchester United are preparing to face FCSB in their final Europa League group game tonight. United made a slow start to their European campaign, drawing their first three matches, but have since won 4 on the bounce to put themselves in a strong position. Bruno Fernandes' added-time winner against Rangers built on United's previous wins over PAOK, Bodo/Glimt and Victoria Plzen. That surge of form has propelled Ruben Amorim's side to 4th in the table, behind only Lazio, Eintracht Frankfurt and Athletic Club. A win against FCSB would guarantee United a place in the top 8, meaning they would move on to the round of 16 and avoid a two-legged playoff next month. However, FCSB could prove a tricky test as the Romanian side are 8th in the table, only a point behind United. As United get ready for their clash at the National Arena, here are all the details about their final Europa League group fixture. What TV channel is FCSB versus Manchester United on? United's away trip to FCSB will be broadcast live on TNT Sports 1 from 7:30 p.m. in the UK. Subscribers can also follow the action via a live stream on the Discovery Plus app. TNT Sports can be purchased via BT EE, Sky and Virgin Media. These customers can watch the game through their respective platforms. When does FCSB versus Manchester United kick off? The match will kick off at the National Arena at 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time or 10 p.m. local time. As it is the final match day of the league phase, all 18 Europa League games will be played simultaneously. This means Tottenham Hotspur will also kick off their match with IF Elfsborg at 8 p.m., which will be shown on TNT Sports 2. Likewise, Rangers' home clash with Belgian side Union Saint-Gilloise will start at the same time and be available on TNT Sports 3. The new league format's many permutations mean that United may not be sure of their final position until after all 18 games are concluded. Where can Manchester United finish in the Europa League table? United are currently 4th on 15 points, but will have to win to guarantee their place in the round of 16 without relying on other results. The top 8 teams will skip a 2-legged playoff round between those who finish from 9th to 24th place. United are 2 points clear of 9th-placed Galatasaray, easing some pressure on Amorim's team. However, despite their healthy position, there are still 4 teams outside the top 8 Galatasaray, Bodo/Glimt, Victoria Plzen and Olympiacos, who will hope United slip up against FCSB. There is just 1 point between United and FCSB in 8th, meaning any dropped points combined with wins for Lyon, Spurs and Anderlecht could put them at risk of falling out of the automatic spots. In this scenario, victories for any of the aforementioned teams outside the top 8 could drag United into the playoff places.